The parallels between this year's election and the 1968 presidential election are honestly pretty crazy. So in 1968, the Democrats were in power during a massively unpopular conflict, the Vietnam War. And during the 1968 election, it was a race between Richard Nixon, a Republican, and Lyndon B. Johnson, a Democrat. And Johnson, like Biden, didn't do very well in the primaries and ended up dropping out of the race to be replaced by his VP, Hubert Humphrey. And like Kamala, Hubert Humphrey refused to break with Johnson's policies about the Vietnam War. At the time, Lyndon Johnson's government was working around the clock for a ceasefire deal with the North and South Vietnamese, hoping that it would go through before the election. Nixon actually sabotaged that deal. Nixon had an ambassador go to the South Vietnamese and basically bribe them to hold off until after the election, and that actually worked. The South Vietnamese pulled out of the deal at the very last second, and any hope of a ceasefire basically crumbled. Humphrey actually did end up breaking from Johnson's Vietnam War policies, which gave him a big surge in the polls. But in the end, it was too little too late. Nixon ends up winning the election by just 1% of the popular vote.